The Partial Breakaway Podcast with your hosts Nick and Junior and producer Vince, bringing you elite fantasy hockey information to help you win your fantasy leagues and win at life.
Episode 103 of the Partial Breakaway Fantasy Hockey Podcast.
Oh my God, he got it on his first shot.
Co-host Junior, to my right, co-host Nick, to his right, producer Vince. And today we are previewing another two teams, the Los Angeles Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights, who in particular have nothing to talk about.
No. So if you're a Toronto fan, just don't listen to us the second half.
Well, I was going to say you're really bringing on the energy this episode. I'm really happy that you have some energy to bring, because these are two teams that are Stanley Cup contenders.
Vegas, yes. Nah, LA.
You don't think they're contenders?
No.
I'm gonna save that for my bold take.
Well, let's get right into it, because guys, we are not going to waste any time. The
Nick's
LA
tired.
Kings. No, not Nick's tired. No. I just realized that the most important thing here is we want to give you all the info for these teams and keep it under an hour.
Yeah, and before we get to that, we want to tell everyone to download our episodes, give us a 5-star review where you can, because we work really hard for that, and follow us on socials, Instagram, X, TikTok, @PartialBreakPod. Like and subscribe on YouTube. That is the best way to support us. So please do not forget to show us some love.
And if you don't show us love,
Well,
We're going to send the cows after you, all right?
the most important thing is obviously like, subscribe, and everything Junior just said. And join our listener league, guys.
Yes.
Because the listener league is going to be open. We're using fan tracks. There's
Preach
a
it, Nick.
treasurer.
preach it.
It's
Okay.
going to be a FanDuel draft.
Detailed
game.
rundown.
Nick,
Do it.
go.
Detailed rundown. Do it.
Slow,
Detailed.
Detail.
detail. Take a breath and just
You know
tell
why?
the fans what all the excitement is about.
Because
about
the
this
week
league.
one of the NFL, it's around the corner. But then once week one hits, boom, fantasy hockey season starts. So let them know what's to come.
Have you guys ever played DraftKings, like daily lineups or FanDuel daily lineups?
Listen, I haven't, but I've seen a lot of pictures on Twitter.
It's very popular.
By the way,
very
since you
popular.
haven't, if you do want to, promo code THPN
Okay.
gives you some
On DraftKings.
Yeah, it'll give you some bonus bets money.
So I've played it. I've tried it out. I
Okay.
dabbled in it, let's say. Not a lot of money. I just dabbled. And it was a lot of fun, right? You have a salary cap. You pick your players, and anybody could pick the same players. It doesn't matter.
Weekly.
It's a weekly. Well,
No,
okay, no.
it's a
This-
daily.
What I'm talking about is how DraftKings does it as a
Oh,
daily
excuse
fantasy,
me.
right?
Excuse me.
But after the game was over or the day was over, you either win or you lose, and that's it.
And usually
And,
you
and
lose.
usually you lose. So that was it. There was nothing really major. You could never accumulate, and that always bothered me.
Yeah.
You couldn't accumulate your points moving forward, and so on and so forth. So what we did is, thanks to listener Mike, of course, is we went ahead and we created a league where you're going to have the elements of these DraftKings daily lineups, where you pick a team with a salary cap, depending on who you think is going to do well that week or not. And then once that week is over, you could choose to change the players to make them somebody else. And the points are going to accumulate all season long. And the winner at the end is going to win a big cash prize. Well, the big cash prize is depending on how many people join, of course, right? Because it's a pooled.
Which is going to be a lot because the listeners love us.
Because of
And
the
you could
billions.
You could create as many teams as you want. There's no limit.
So Nick, what are we looking at as a lineup?
2 centers, 2 left wings, 2 right wings, 2 defensemen, 1 goalie.
Okay.
And that is going to stay for the entire week. But then next week, if you want to change it, you change it up.
Yeah, but positions never change it. You always have to
Positions never
draft.
change.
You always have to
the same
draft
one.
the
You have to
same.
stay under the salary cap.
Okay, so we'll determine the salary cap, which I think we're very close to determining a certain.
We're finalizing a couple of numbers, but it looks to be approximately 35 million.
Okay, and we've all dabbed in this 35 million cap.
I
and
did a
let me
test team.
Let me tell you, whoever's thinking of taking Draisaitl, McKinnon, and
Well, I did a test with Draisaitl and McDavid just to see, like, if I wanted this duo, what would it give me? I've got a lot of ELC contracts. Now, the fun part is that there's a lot of noteworthy ELC contracts available.
That's right.
Now, you can't just say, okay, I want all these guys on my team, because from 1 week to the next, if they're playing 2 games, they're not as worth it as if they were playing 3 or 4.
But you could change up your strategy every week.
Yeah, and the last thing I'll add before I hand it over to you guys to close that out is just it fixes the one problem everybody has with fantasy, which is one big injury away from like my season's over.
Well,
You get an injury this time,
fantasy football's like that.
for one like for 1 week. It's just 1 week. The next week, switch it up.
You could
Recover easily. There's recovery room here. You know what I'm saying? So you're in it for longer, which is absolutely great, which makes it fun.
I'm super stoked for this.
This is going to be
league.
fun.
This is going to be a really fun league. And honestly, it brings all these elements in together and creates a whole season-long league out of it. That's going to be so much fun.
And you don't have to be one of these experts that's been doing fantasy for 10, 15, 20 years. I mean, if you just want to just pique your interest in fantasy hockey, this is the best way, because you have a whole player pool to pick from. And you're basically looking at games played of the week, players like Junior
Maybe
said.
Hot streaks.
Yeah, but like Junior said, McDavid, it's nice to have McDavid, but some weeks McDavid will play 1 game, maybe 2 games.
And you have to judge if that's worth it for you.
Exactly. And if you listen to the podcast every week, we'll tell you who plays the most games in the least games. So that's a very important
Yeah,
segment.
we'll try to give our insight. At the same time, though, you will be competing against all of us.
Yes, of course.
Plus all our listeners.
Which, based off our playoff league, should be pretty easy.
I made it to the finals.
Yeah, but you didn't win. If you win first, you last.
Keep on listening. We will have more details when everything is ironed out. We will let you know how to pique your interest. Either email us, contact us through social media to get the link. So we'll give you all that information by next week, so that we're ready to go.
So let's move on from
the
some.
only real rule is you please like, subscribe, whether it's on YouTube, whether you're giving us a 5-star review, something like that.
The winner will have to have followed us on one of the socials or liked or subscribed on YouTube.
That's it.
And moving from the such a fun element to something not so fun, the LA Kings.
Oh, wow.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. Well, their off season was not fun.
Tell me what the keys were to this offseason.
I'll tell you.
Junior.
They brought in an aging Corey Perry, which always loses in the Stanley Cup final.
But makes it to the Stanley Cup
But
final.
makes it.
Makes it. It doesn't win.
Positives, my friend.
All right.
Positives.
Glass half full.
We've been doing this too long together.
They brought in a Joel Armia who just barely makes the playoffs.
103 episodes.
This is my favorite, to be honest. I think this is groundbreaking. They brought in Cody Ceci,
Oh, jeez.
Brian Dumoulin, Anton Forsberg to back up Darcy Kemper. If I'm not mistaken, they even have a new GM. I think Ken Holland is new, so that's great.
Yes, because Rob Blake was their GM.
Yes, you're right. He got fired, and they replaced him with Ken Holland, who brought in Cody
Did
Ceci
he get
for
fired?
to replace
I don't think-
Gavrikov.
I don't think he got
Oh
fired.
no,
I think
mutually.
didn't he have 2 positions? Anyways,
Or they
doesn't
didn't
matter,
renew his contract, whatever. But he brought in Cody Ceci to replace Vladislav Gavrikov, which is, apples for apples, right? They traded
wow.
away Jordan Spence, and they traded away David Riddick, who was their backup goalie, provided some decent depth. And they also got rid of Tanner Janot. So,
Yeah.
That being said, Nick, let's look at their top 6 to start.
I still like their top 6.
Talk to me.
Ooh,
Kopitar.
My man.
39
Even
years
though
old.
he's aging, he's still putting up decent numbers. Quentin Byfield, the heir apparent, has been doing better and better every single year. I thought last year was quite significant. I think this year he takes another step. Anyways, we'll save that for later. Adrian Kempe, the guy that I had never heard of before, and ended up being one of my favorite players to follow the last few years. Just a star player who puts up goals. He had 41 goals, I think.
He had 35 last year. 28 and 41 and 35.
Like,
Yeah.
Like we're talking about one of the best
And
pure goal scorers in this league
28 years old, hitting his prime.
in his prime. Alex Laferriere, who is not Alexander Lafreniere,
No.
but is very similar in the sense of he had a really good year last year.
New contract, 3 years, 4.1 AAV.
Kevin Fiala is always a good scorer, always a high volume shooter. You kind of like having him on the lineup. And Andrei Kuzmenko, who kind of nobody really appreciated much, but somehow came in and produced for an LA team, kind of had a fit for an LA team, and they extended him with a 1-year contract. So it's the top 6 is quite decent. I won't say great, but they have pieces for sure.
And there's that 1-year contract with Kuzmenko is basically prove it for me to give you a 4 to 5 year contract,
Which is safe.
which is always and which is always player beneficial. Usually turns out good for the player. So
Now, the third line sometimes has some waiver wire appeal, like Philip Danault, Warren Fogley, Trevor Moore. These guys are like, once in a while, you might want to pick them up.
Warren Fogley had like a run there where he made our waiver wire pickup quite a bit.
But I think he was a bit of a disappointment last year. I think with the contract they gave him, they expected a little more from him than what he gave.
He still scored 24 goals.
Listen, first year, first team, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
I love Joel Armia, but he's more of a penalty kill guy. I love Corey Perry, but he's really just saving a spot for the playoffs, and then he explodes in the playoffs. Their defense. Now, their defense is interesting because we have Toothless. Drew Doughty. And Drew Doughty still has some value.
Yeah.
Right? He still has some value, but he did come off a big injury as well. We'll get deeper into Drew Doughty. Brent Clark is the heir apparent for the offensive side of the defense here. Joel Edmondson, we can forget about him. Mikey Anderson, maybe in very, very deep leagues. Cody Ceci. I mean, if he's your number 6, it's not bad.
No. As
Right?
long as he sticks to your number 6.
Yeah, Brian Dumoulin as well, bottom pairing guy. So, what do we think about this lineup, guys, that I just talked about?
Listen, I like the top 6. I don't have a problem with the top 6. They have a goal scorer on both lines in Kempe and Fiala. They have solid centermen on both lines, which is Kopitar and Byfield. So I think they're, and like, as much as you look at this, that third line is a phenomenal checking line.
Yeah.
Like you have Danault, Moore, and Fogel. Like that's a phenomenal checking line. So I with that third line, I don't see anybody fantasy relevant, but I do see them stopping other players from being fantasy relevant when they play the LA Kings. So I like it. I still would like to see Alex Turcotte somewhere in that mix. But
right now he's the 4th line center.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. But I don't see him. Right now, I wouldn't take any of those 6 players to put Alex Turcotte in there.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. And Alex Turcotte is hitting. Last year, he had a decent season. I mean, 68 games played, 25 points. He's 25 years old. So this is the time where you have to start keeping those points up. And
For dynasty leagues,
I would hold on to him for another at least 2 years.
I think that this is the last year.
You think?
25 years old. You're in your prime.
Yeah, but he got.
You're just starting your prime. But
Listen, he got 25 points in 68 games with 12 minutes played.
I get it. If
Now
you
you
up
have-
him to 18 minutes, does that really increase his
Listen,
stats
you have
that
an
much?
aging Kopitar and you have a Kuzmenko that you don't know whether he comes back or not next year. So, I mean, there's an opportunity for him to hit that to crack that top 6. Now, if the important thing for him this year is if he ever gets the opportunity.
I feel like you own him and you're trying to sell him.
No,
right
I
now.
don't know. I don't. I used to. I traded him, and I feel that if he gets the opportunity to hit that top 6 this year, he needs to like cash it in.
Yeah, well, 25 years old, so he's definitely getting to that make it or break it year. Junior, what are your thoughts here on the top 6?
My thought is that Hansi Kopitar is so underappreciated. I said 38 years old. I mean, he was 37 last year, 67 points in 81 games. I don't know if you guys remember, but he started off like he came out of a freaking cannon.
Yeah.
and then he slowed down in the second half, which is what he was trending to do in the past couple of years. He comes out flying, and then he regresses because he can't sustain it. At that age, your stamina and your game shape, it diminishes as you go.
Question for you. Hall of Famer?
He's won a cup.
Won 2.
He's
if I'm
won.
not mistaken.
I don't even think it should matter, but
No, but I mean, like sometimes that's the icing, that just makes it like a certainty. For me,
points.
For me, he's a Hall of Famer. I didn't even have to think about it, to tell you the truth.
But you asked a stupid question. Anyways, okay, go on.
Because I wanted to know if the Hall of Fame how the Hall of Fame would have considered him, and for them winning, sometimes is important, or sometimes they just take Shea Weber over some other players. But
1,200 points is huge.
But the impressive thing with Kopitar is the last 4 seasons, 81 games played, 82, 81, 81. So he stays out.
Mr. Consistent.
To go back to the top 6, guys, LA Kings next year live and die with Quinton Byfield. This has to be the season Quinton Byfield. I mean, he showed signs of it next year. I'm optimistic for this kid. I wasn't high on him, and if you follow LPHL or anybody who's friends with anybody from LPHL, you'll know that I lost my absolute marbles when listener Johnny Mavs drafted Stutzla when he told me he was going to draft Byfield, and then left me with Byfield, which I ended up trading to Vince and so on. But I wasn't high on Byfield at the draft, and I'm a lot higher on him now. I'm very optimistic on Byfield.
So 55 points 2 years ago, 54 points last year. Right? And we'll save some of this for the over-unders and the bold takes, but like, are we seeing an improvement this year?
The reason I'll say the reason I'm optimistic is because I saw an improvement in his deployment.
Yes.
So in the second half of last year, they gave him more responsibilities. They gave him more power play time. And I mean, on average, his power play time was less than 2 minutes still, but it's because in the second half it got better. And I'm expecting that wave of confidence and deployment to carry over to this season. They'll have no choice. I mean, at some point, you got to relieve Kopitar of some of his responsibilities.
I wanted to talk to you guys.
Ooh, I was just gonna ask you: do you see Green Tree anywhere on this team this year?
For a dynasty league, I think he's a very important person to own.
Keep, yes.
But do not trade him away, because I really think he has a role.
Yeah, but
he's going to have a role
this
in
year.
team.
Do you feel
it's a bit tough this year?
That's
because they're a team that's going for it.
Exactly. That's why there's not the. I 100% feel like you. Like, I feel like you have to keep this kid because he will get his opportunity with his team at some point, and he's got the talent to keep it in the top 6. So,
a little bit, I feel like Kuzmenko is warming up his seat, keeping his seat warm.
Yeah, exactly.
For the eventual Green Tree.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Spot. But anyways, we'll see.
That's our highest.
I think
besides Clark, he's their second highest rated prospect.
Yeah, I think we still have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you,
He's
but
18.
that's why I think Kuzmenko is the guy that's holding the seat warm a little bit.
If I can be totally honest with you guys, I don't think their offseason is done. And if it is, it's why I'm not so optimistic about them. If it's not, then I'm curious to see what
let's
happens.
talk about the defense a little bit here. Do we see any defensemen here breaking out this season to have more points than anybody else? So
I can tell you who LA fans hope is going to break out this year after, how many years have we waited for Brandon Clark to be that number one stud on that defense, right?
But you know what? Like, I was like...
And
me too. I thought the same as you.
But the way people think about Brandon Clark, you would think, oh, he's like 26 years old.
My point. That's exactly what I was going to say.
And he's 22. He's like,
he's
22.
You would think like he would have started showing signs already, but he's 22.
He's 22. Exactly. That's
like
why
you guys are brothers or something. Share DNA.
Telepathic.
Yeah.
Sometimes not on Hudson, but on Clark. Yeah.
But I think he's one guy that they're hoping is going to jump out on that line and take that number one, at least power play spot.
Look, his deployment sucked last year. He was outplayed by Jordan Spence, who they traded. So like they traded Spence away to make room for him. I mean, essentially that was the move. They chose Clark over Spence.
I think Spence was already lower on the pecking order.
But last year he had more responsibilities than Clark.
Maybe. I mean, Clark finished as the 46th best defenseman last year in points. right? I mean, that's not horrible
Yeah,
for a
33
player that's
points.
that young.
No, at all, actually, to be fair. I'm just trying to look at his quarter. Yeah, it's because what happened with Clark is that the first half of the season, the first quarter, really, he excelled. The first 23 games, he had 15 points.
Yeah.
And then if you want to do the half, he had 22 points in 41 games. Just not bad for a young defenseman. That's on pace for like 40 points. The problem was in the following 37 games, he only had 11 points.
Okay,
And and now does that have to do with not relying on a young guy for a team that's really contending,
Or Dowdy coming back from injury.
or Doughty coming back from injury?
So, Nick,
Exactly.
power play, what are we looking at this team?
Kempe, lock,
Well, sure.
right?
Why? Well, what good does he do?
Yeah, so you got Kempe.
Kempe,
Mm-hmm.
Kopitar, Byfield.
Mm.
I think those three guys are locks.
Who's your third guy? Who's your fourth guy? Sorry.
I think it's Fiala.
It has to be Fiala.
Because Fiala is just a shooting machine,
Yeah.
and the guy is just really like he makes sense. Now, according to
Is there a chance they go 5 forwards?
No.
Daily Faceoff, they're going 5 forwards on the top power play because they have added Kuzmenko there. I think that's Clark's spot.
I think so too. It should
But
It should be.
but
Or Doughty.
guys, Toothless still has a role. In this.
I love that you call him Toothless.
He still
This
has a
episode
role.
should be called Toothless.
He still has a role on this team, and he is the seasoned vet.
be. Mm-hmm.
He is somebody that will be vocal, I think, to have that top power play spot. So that's the part that I see where he might take over that Kuzmenko spot and be on the point.
Can I throw a name at you and you tell me if there's a realistic chance? Because
No.
the listeners need to know.
No. I know who you're throwing out.
Corey Perry.
I knew it. No.
No,
Okay.
No.
and now in the playoffs, different story.
No, I know, but he's got that. Like, he can play that role perfectly if depending on how they play. Right, there's different systems on the power play, but if they have a staple in front of the net, Corey Perry's got the silk hands, right? He's gonna have space, right, to do it. In game, it's a little different, but on the power play, you have space.
I think if you're
He's
putting,
nasty.
I think if you're putting Kopitar and Byfield there, you're hoping Byfield's going to be that front net presence. Because
You wouldn't want him on the board.
Yeah,
Half board?
Byfield, ideally, I'd want him as the bumper because on the
Mm.
board you have Kempe and
Mm.
Fiala on one side because they're shooters. So you want Byfield either behind the net or like
Well, I mean, we'll see
The
what
Joe
happens. during
Joe
the season.
Thornton role.
maybe it all. It's all going to depend. It's just the way the reason I say front net
Net front
presence is
net front presence.
net front presence. I like to do
Front
that.
net. Bro,
Mine's
we're
better.
different, bro.
Is that he's a big boy, Byfield, right? So
I think maybe it's Kopitar that comes off the first unit.
I mean, Byfield 6'5".
What if it's Kopitar that comes off?
Ideally, at some point, he has
The only
to.
thing is that these coaches, they love their face-off percentages, right? That's the only thing that
You
maybe
wanna
keeps
start-
Kopitar.
You
You
want
want
to
to start with the puck.
puck on
Exactly.
the power play.
Yeah.
I think Kopitar is set on that top.
If you
line.
have to, they're gonna put Dano on that spot just to start with the puck.
guys talking second power play unit,
Yeah.
I know is going to be there.
Oh,
Kemper,
goalies. Okay, so this is my question with you guys for goalies. Both their goalies are over 32 years old. They have Kemper.
seasoned vets.
Yeah, they have season fact. Kemper, Forsberg. They got Forsberg this year to replace was Richie that was there last year?
Yes,
Riddick.
Riddick, sorry. So Kemper
Close
had
enough.
a
for Vince.
Kemper had a good season. 50 games played, 31 wins,
31 wins.
11 losses.
No, he had you predicted that, by the way. We'll give you credit again.
Thank
You
you.
predicted a
That's
big
okay.
season for Quemper.
I know I make the podcast. I mean, no, sorry. My mic was on, I didn't know. So
It's because Nick
but
had a headache.
the
that
thing
day.
is, Kemper has if you look at the stats, if you look at Kemper's stats, every time he comes off a phenomenal season,
Oh boy, I don't want to hear it.
he has a crap season and gets traded. So
Which is
Yeah.
why the addition of Forsberg is huge.
okay, so with combining with that, they have Eric Portillo at 24 years old and Carter George 19
Not ready.
years old. Not even Portillo because I mean he's at that age where that's where you want your goalies to be in the NHL. Do you think maybe not this year, but do you think that he's like if I have him in my dynasty league, am I keeping him?
Yes, because of the aging duo that they have, right? Like Forsberg and Kemper are at an age where you want to start thinking about who's coming up, right? So I would, but for me personally, Portillo is not a starting goalie in the NHL. I
So-
don't think he's trending that way.
So let's
I would
just
have a bit more faith in Carter George.
look at
Is that his
Puckpedia.
name?
Look at Puckpedia. Kemper and Forsberg are signed
Bingo.
through 2025, 2026 seasons.
2 more years.
So this year and a year after this year, they're both signed. I think that's when you're going to see the opportunities for the other players come in, not the next 2 seasons. So if you're on a dynasty league and you're holding on to Portillo, hoping that he's going to take over for Forsberg, I think that you're going to be waiting at least 2 seasons.
That's a fantastic point. Good job.
So
No,
Just-
seriously.
just to say Portillo.
I can't tell if you're sarcastic anymore with me.
Portillo.
No, because it's important. That has a lot. That's a lot of context. That
In 23-24 season, 24 wins, 11 losses in the AHL, 0.918 save percentage, 250 goals against. Last year, AHL, 24 games played, 15 wins, 5 losses, 0.889 save percentage, and 2.82 goals against. So I think this year for Portillo is a very important AHL season for him.
Yeah, I think it's an AHL
Yeah.
goalie and comes in case of an injury, maybe.
Yeah. But do you
but
think if he has 2 solid AHL seasons, do you think he's still in front of Carter George, or do we feel that?
I
to
just find
start,
the age,
the age
it's
difference,
a
yeah.
timing thing, right?
Okay.
Where Carter George might be the better prospect, but we're still talking about a 19-year-old player. We're not expecting him for another 4 years.
No,
But
exactly.
to be fair, like neither of these guys like are Askarovs or what we project Fowler to be, or like you know what I mean. These are guys that like LA has had throughout like lately. You know, like guys that'll get you by maybe if you have a good solid team in front of them.
I wish I had more time to like a strategy session right now to talk to you guys about Askarov and Wallstad
No.
because we don't have the time. But I'll just mention very quickly, all these projections for goalies, they could all be for nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
Right
a
on.
goalie could change so much from year to year in their development that you don't know. We have Wallstad in the Dauber Prospect Report League.
Victor's League.
I don't know if he's going to be a starter in the next few years or not. I don't know if Askarov's going to be worth it.
It's
to
funny-
own
To give you
in
an
the next few
idea
years or not.
from Montreal,
Jacob Fowler.
Brian Wild went on record, I think, on the Sick podcast, and he was asked, "Would you trade Jacob Fowler, if you could get a second line center?" And he said yes, because of the unpredictability of the progression of goalies.
Listen, I have,
And I have a lot of faith in Dobish, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
but
I don't like Dobish.
I like him a lot.
I have Askarov and Kosa in one of our leagues, and Kosa now might be trade bait for Detroit because of Trey Augustine that they have, and they have some needs that they need.
But
to,
neither are certainties. You
No,
know what I mean?
exactly.
So next year it could flip.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like that's what I'm
exactly.
saying is that
And Kosa's got good numbers. It's not like he's got bad numbers
No, exactly.
in the AHL. So it's
it's just anyways. So that was just a little bit of a tangent. Going
We love
back
tangents.
to LA over unders.
it's our favorite segment. You go, but
I like
need
the
you
bold
I
takes
need you- I
personally.
need you a better. I need a better now, like a better presentation of the over unders. You can't just say Vince over unders. Like present.
all right. Producer Vince.
And now
Oh baby, yes, let's go.
at 11:04 p.m. on a Sunday evening, producer Vince will come out of the closet with the over unders.
Yep. Should I jump out of the closet or no? It's,
You're good in the
Just
closet.
rip off your shirt
yeah. No. Stop. This is the new merch.
in honor of.
in honor of Hulk Hogan.
We don't
Exactly.
destroy the new merch. Okay. So over unders. So these are not Vegas numbers.
getting
These are
canceled.
Vince's numbers. So, Nick, we're gonna go with you first, since you
we don't
spoke
get
so
paid for
highly.
this
of him.
anyways.
Kempe, 35.5 goals.
Ah, son of a.
Or under. Come on, baby. Give me a number. Over. Junior. Don't give me any bold takes. Just say over under.
I'm not going to give you a bold take.
Okay.
I just want to clarify something here.
I told you Kempe.
Kempe, okay.
Kempe had 35 goals last year, 28 the year before, 41 and 35. I mean,
I thought he was already signed to an extension.
He is not.
No,
signed
he
to
is
an
a pending
extension.
UFA.
That's why I said over.
Ooh. We know what happens with the UFA.
Look, I'm gonna go under.
In the
Under.
USA.
I think he hits 30, but he'll go under.
Ooh, okay. So,
No. Contract year.
Nah.
He's going over. He's going over.
It's okay. So another
Easy there, LA Knight. Oh,
another,
LA.
another player who's on a contract year, Kuzmenko. Junior made a funny pun there, but not everybody got it, so we're good. Okay, so another guy who's on a contract here, Kuzmenko. Over here, I have over under 29.5 goals. Last year, 66 games, 11 goals.
Wow.
Year before that, 72 games, 22 goals. The first year with Vancouver, 81 games, 38 goals.
What's your over under a number?
The over under is 29.5.
I'm gonna go under.
Okay. By a lot, or you
Not so much.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 25 goals.
Okay, that's fair. Junior?
Under.
Under, same thing, or just like a bomb of like not even 20?
He's not. He's lucky if he hits 20.
Ooh, so who's taking his place if he's not, because he's not staying on the top line if he's not getting more than 20 goals?
I don't know if someone's going to take his place. Look, I don't want to give it away there, but I'm
Okay,
expecting a little bit of a team regression.
Okay. So we won't go there. Next guy, Nick, who we all agree is ready to take the next step. And because Vince has him on his team. Quinton Byfield. 64.5 points.
Over.
Wow, I didn't even give you the stats.
It doesn't matter.
Jesus. Over and over. So, okay. So, since this was so quick over, Nick.
Nope.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Perfect. Ooh, I can't wait for bold
takes.
Can't wait. Okay. Next guy, goal scorer. Known to go score.
Known to go score things.
Score the goal.
29 years old. Known to score goals. Known to hit over 30
Is this
goals.
listener by me as fave?
So, Fiala. I have him here at over under 34.5 goals. Last year, 35 goals. The year before that, 29 goals. The year before that, 23 goals, but in 69 games. Year before that with Minnesota, 33 goals in 82 games.
Wait, what? Oh, I'm on the wrong guy.
Dun. Junior, I'm going to go with you first.
Sorry, you said the over was what? 35?
34.5.
Ooh. I'd like to say.
Oh,
I'm going to
wait, Nick, you want to say something? Go
go
ahead.
first. I'm not scared.
No. I'm not gonna go first.
Well, I might as well. You're
He
talking.
was 12th in the NHL last year in shots on goal.
Yeah, he had
In
244
LPHL
shots.
that counts
Oh, yeah.
shots. This guy is elite.
So, Junior, 34.5 goals.
Under.
Under does not hit, and this is all I think because Junior.
But
does not
I think
feel-
he'll produce. I think him and Byfield will be and Kepe will be like the point producers, but not quite 35.
Nick.
I mean, he had 35 last year. I'll say
It's a lot.
he stays the same. I'm gonna go with Kevin Fiala again at 35.
I mean, if you were bold, like if you had like big, if you were bold, you would have said he's gonna get 35 goals on the nose.
Here. Junior. Okay, final one. Defenseman. Spoke about him. He is the number one prospect on the LA Kings.
Yeah, big boom.
Big boom. He was the number one prospect on the LA Kings. Brant Clark. Over under 37.5 points. Now, if you want me to give you stats on Clark, last season 33, which was his first full season, his rookie season, we can say. The rest 16 games, 6 points, 9 games, 2 points. So he got 33 points last year in 78 games.
Over
37.5, and that was quick. Junior?
I'm gonna go under. I don't think he.
Okay, so
I don't think he's the real deal.
So Nick, I'm going with you. Nick,
What, you're a wrestler with your
I'm going with
six
you.
brush?
37.5. How much over? Slightly, massively.
we spoke about 40 points last year in the NHL being top 25 defenseman. So I think he's just under that.
Okay.
So he's still going to be a number, like a top 32 defenseman. I don't know how much higher than that he will be. Last year, Clark was the 40th defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him moving up 5 to 7 spots, being the top 32 defenseman, and that would put him at. Sorry, wait. Hold on. I went a little bit fast. He was the 48th defenseman in points. He had 33 points last year. I could easily see him hitting 38, 39 points this year.
I like your take because I think if we're expecting a better season from Byfield, it will come on his progression on the power play for Byfield, which I feel Clark will be that number one power play at the moment. So it'll be interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our. The Junior still has something to say with the over under.
They're gonna need it because they had a 27 ranked power play last year.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, that's why playoff team. Not sure yet. So over unders done and done with. If you don't like it, well, too bad. Now, bold takes, and it seems like you both have already a bold take, and both your bold takes seem to be the bold take I had. So I'm going to change my bold take. So, Nick, you go first because you told me to shush before.
I think Byfield.
Oh, I love hearing about players I own.
Is it a cool take or is it a boom take? All right, it's a boom take.
I think Byfield hit 75 points this year.
75 points. Wow.
And that's from 54 to
54
75.
to 75. That's 21 extra points.
Quentin Byfield.
Tell me that.
I can't
the
with those
talent.
glasses.
Preach, Nick.
He has the talent. He has the size. He has the skill. This guy could replace Kopitar on that top line. Not because of reputation. Kopitar is still Kopitar. Don't get me wrong. But just from passing the torch, I think Quentin Byfield has it.
Boom. And I'm so happy to hear that. So everybody wants Quentin Byfield. It's 5 first draft picks, McDavid, and Draisaitl.
I actually asked you about Byfield this year.
Yeah, and I said no because of Nick's take.
My bold take is a team take.
Oh, a team take. Okay.
I think the LA Kings do not make the playoffs, and I don't even think they're going to be in a fight for the playoffs.
Wow.
And I'll explain it a little bit because I'm sure people like
At Partial Breakaway Fantasy Hockey.
at
At Partial Break Pod.
I think
at Junior DiBiase.
I think they were already weak on defense, and I think losing Gavrikov was huge. You tried to replace him with CC. Now look, like that's why I said it can't be that these guys their offseason is done. It can't be that they're going into the season with those six defensemen. For me, it doesn't make any sense. You're just asking to fail. Then you got an aging Kopitar, which I think Byfield could sustain the difference. But they didn't make any moves to improve their power play. And
You just don't like Ken Holland.
I don't like Ken Holland. I don't. The days of his success, it was a different era. Things have changed. And I don't like what he did this offseason. There's so many things that go into play. Look, Vince, you mentioned Quemper's never come off of a great season to come have another great season.
Mm-hmm.
He's not at a young age where you're saying like he's learning, he's developing. He's a seasoned vet. I don't like the goaltending. Like we'll see what Forsberg does, but Forsberg will be a big X factor because I don't think Quemper could put up the same numbers. The D-core is not as good as it used to be, which is why I don't have faith in the goaltenders. Kopitar is aging. Byfield could take that leap, but I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough because there's a lot of teams like the St. Louis Blues, like the Utah Mammoth, perhaps the Anaheim Ducks, will see. But like those guys are hungry, those guys are progressing, and I see these guys going down. That's the reason I have. And the only reason I'm explaining a bold take is because, I mean,
Could be controversial.
I don't see them. Look, Edmonton got better, they got worse.
Okay. That's an interesting take. I mean, I don't even know if Edmonton got better, but
Listen.
McDavid's a year better.
My bold take, Alex Turcotte 40 points.
from the fourth line.
Yep.
Wow.
No, I don't think he'll be on the fourth line very long. I think he's gonna get a shot top 6 and he's gonna keep it. So I say Alex Turcotte. 40
It's
points.
almost now or never.
Guys, if any of you want to put money where these people's mouths are,
Or just give your own bold takes about
DraftKings,
teams.
promo code THPN.
Ooh.
Tell them about it, Vince.
I gotta take out. They didn't warn me like they said they were gonna warn me. So,
So
we're
you're warning. It's in between episodes.
where's the script?
By the way, just while Vince looks up his script, we are about to preview the Vegas Golden Knights, so do not go anywhere. And I'm sure it's going to be pretty interesting. Vince, do you want me to?
I just want to know where it is.
It's I have it in front of me. Do you want me to just do it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. Here we go. DraftKings. Game on. Week 1 starts now, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football. It's first touchdown fireworks, anytime TD rushes, and live bets that ride every momentum shift. At DraftKings, every play is your next shot to win. Now, I mean, the season hasn't started, so you could probably have future bets on teams. So, like, there's division winners, conference winners, Super Bowl champions. Have a look at DraftKings, and I'm sure you'll find a line that suits your interests. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the THPN. That's right, code THPN to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
Thank you, DraftKings.
The Vegas Golden Knights.
What stays in Vegas happen. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Wouldn't know. Never been.
You've never been to Vegas?
Never been.
We got to go watch the lousy Raiders then.
The who?
I got you off guard there, right? Or go watch Mitch Marner on his route to a Stanley Cup.
Well, Vegas won the offseason, that's for sure.
I mean, it doesn't get bigger than Marner, does it? I mean, depends who you ask.
Well, I mean, if you ask the Toronto fans after that TSN exclusive that Mitch Marner gave, there's a lot of fans that are not very happy with Mitch Marner right now.
Well, I mean,
and it kind of ruins not their perception of the fans over in Toronto, but I feel like a little bit free agents that want to go to Toronto in the future are being a little bit.
I was on the phone with Mitch Marner. I needed my pay for the 2 weeks security that I needed. So sorry about that.
Hey, only I predicted Mitch Marner to actually go to the Vegas Golden Knights out of all three of us, and I was correct. Long before Mr. Elliott Friedman.
Look, it's going to be an extremely interesting season in Vegas. So let me start by telling you who's in and who's out.
Ooh, sure.
Who's in? Well, Mitch Marner.
Yeah, we can pretty much stop there.
100-point Mitch Marner.
Come on.
They brought in Jeremy Lauzon as a depth defenseman. They brought in Colton Sisson, known power play face-off specialist and depth center. Jacob Menya, Cole Reinhardt, and Dylan Coughlin. I mean, these are all guys that probably are going to play in the AHL. Key departures, well, he didn't really leave. He's just injured, but Alex Pietrangelo is going to miss the whole year, probably. They lost Nicholas Raw, who was part of the exchange to the rights to Mitch Marner. Nicholas Haig went to Nashville. Victor Olofsson and Ilya Samsonov. Out of the key departures, Alex Pietrangelo is the biggest hit. But I feel like they set themselves up for that last year in acquiring Hannafin. But you know what? Like before, without talking too much about all these players, let's take a deep dive. Nick, let's start with the top six. Like, what are we looking at from a fantasy perspective with their top six? I know there's some eager Vegas Golden Knights fans that want to hear what we have to say about a certain Dorofeev.
Well, let's start with who does Mitch Marner help right off the bat?
The power play.
True, but Jack Eichel never had a setup guy like Mitch Marner
Oh,
before.
baby. Mhm.
And Jack Eichel is getting paid $10 million.
Mufasa.
He's going to have an absolutely electric year because of Mitch Marner. And I don't see them starting Mitch Marner on the second line, right? Like Jack Eichel is the first line player. He had 94 points last year, and he's might only get better. Like, it's absolutely insanity that we're even talking about this. So Jack Eichel. Then we have either Barbashev, who last year they played with Eichel and Stone, I think.
I think that line needs, if Eichel and Marner are going to be paired, I think that line needs Barbashev.
I think so too, but Dorofeev could bury it. And Dorofeev is another one of these guys who last year we not neglected to mention, but maybe weren't as aware, right? And I think a lot of people were not as aware of this 24-year-old guy that just scored 35 freaking goals last year for 52 points overall. So Dorofeev could easily play on that top line, definitely top six. Barbashev kind of does a little bit of everything, right? He's the guy that goes in the corners and wins that puck. I like Barbashev as being another person that could possibly play on that top line. He's 29 years old now. He had 51 points last year. That could go up as well. Thomas Hertl. I don't think Thomas Hertl is necessarily going to play with Mitch Marner, but Hertl had 61 points last year. That's nothing to sneeze at, even though Eichel had 94, right? As a second line center, 61 points. Like Eichel and Hertl is a great 1-2 punch down the middle for this team, and he had 32 freaking goals last year. And lastly, we have the old veteran Mark Stone,
Who will get injured?
who, he hasn't played a lot of games, and maybe there's going to be another person that comes in, not to take over his spot, though, because he's still solidified. When he's on there, he's going to be playing top six. He had 67 points in 66 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the guy is still putting up points at the age of 33 years old.
You know,
So-
underappreciated, even him,
Underappreciated.
because of the antics of missing games there. But
The reason why they were able to get rid of Nicolas Roy is because they have William Karlsson, Riley Smith, and Saad as the third line. Like, this is a deep freaking team. This is a team that's competing for a Stanley Cup.
they set themselves up last year for this Marner acquisition.
This is the one team where we were not even talking about prospects because they don't have any.
I mean, they
Yeah, we're
just got
skipping that
Trevor
whole
Connolly.
section.
Trevor Connolly.
They got Trevor Connolly. That's it.
But he's not going to be there this year.
But or else their prospects are just crap.
Guys, Dorofeev. Who do we speak about in LA that had a lot of shots? Kevin Fiala.
Yeah.
He was top what?
Top 12.
Top 12 with how many shots?
Those-
224, if I'm not
So
mistaken.
shares-
Dorofeev, 253 shots on goal last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, I don't know what they're going to do with their lines. I'm assuming you naturally put Marner with Eichel. Would I be surprised if he played with Hertl? No.
Fiala was 12th overall in shots on goal. Dorofeev 10th.
I mean, look, now, like last year, Eichel was 94 points with Stone, who you wouldn't say with Stone and Barbashev, none of them are really like crazy playmakers. Marner is going to be playmaking Eichel and possibly Dorofeev or Barbashev. Like training camp, that'll be interesting to see. If Barbashev's there, I think that ups you automatically like 7 points, maybe even 5 goals. So like if Barbashev goes to like 28 goals and 28 assists, that's pretty damn handy for a fantasy team, you know, especially at the salary he makes in cap leagues. So,
Well, look, I know that our Toronto fans don't necessarily want us to talk about Mitch Marner in these glowing terms. But the fact of the matter is
guys,
that
come on.
the guy is a setup guy. Regular season specifically could increase the point paces of all these players that he's playing with and making that power play even better.
Look, we can all say there's no Austin Matthews here. Okay, there is no Austin Matthews. Not even Jack Eichel, I could say, is Austin Matthews in terms of how lethal of a goal scorer he is, and Eichel is good, but I don't think that takes anything away from Marner. I think it was they needed each other to be as good as they were, and I think Matthews will still get his goals, but he's not going to get close to 70 without Marner.
Look, we're talking about Vegas.
No, but that's the impact that Marner had. I'm saying, you know what I mean?
But
yeah,
that,
we'll save some of those bold takes for Toronto.
but that power play is dependent on that person who's quarterbacking him, Nick.
Right. So, like,
I mean,
if you want to transition over to the defense, which I think you're hinting at right here,
yeah, exactly. Well,
Shea
because
Theodore.
if he's not quarterbacking, who's quarterbacking that power play?
So, guys, just to give you an idea, Shea Theodore last year
Mm-hmm.
was top 10 in the league before he got injured.
57 points in 67 games. 19 points on the power play.
Not Jose Theodore.
Well,
Come
look,
on.
I know we're going to talk about the power play a little later, but Theodore is guaranteed.
Right now,
Okay, so let me tell you this. Theodore is the number one defenseman, the number one power play defenseman on that team.
So. They have nobody else.
These guys had the second best power play in the league. They did not lose a single player from that power play.
And they added Marner.
And they added
a
Marner.
100-point player.
A 100-point player that you give him time and space on the power play like he did. You know what? I'll even tell you how many points he got on the freaking power play. He got 33 damn points on the power play.
Yeah, but
So
it's
If this power play is not number one in the league next year, it'll be because of injuries, because it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't take penalties if I'm playing against Vegas. It just doesn't make sense.
Guys, last year, out of all defensemen, even though he missed all kinds of time, Theodore finished top 10 defenseman in the league with 57 points. And he only played 67 games. Yes, the only other person was Quinn Hughes, who played 68 games, so similar amount of games played, 76 points. Shea Theodore is not Quinn Hughes, but he's top 10.
One more stat on defense. Okay.
You say it, Nick. You say it, Junior. Preach it.
Theodore, 2 minutes and 39 seconds of power play time on ice. Hannafin, 1 minute and 19 seconds. Anybody else, including Pietrangelo, less than 1 minute.
Oh,
Guys,
they're top two power play
if
guys
you
right there.
didn't think Theodore was the number one, he's the number one and then some. He's the absolute guy on this team.
Yeah.
There's no question.
There's three guys that I would own in a fantasy league on this defense. Theodore, if I'm lucky enough to have him. Noah Hannafin, middle of the pack, maybe below middle of the pack.
Fourth, fifth defenseman.
And if you're desperate, McNabb.
really,
I like McNabb. I like him because he's the third fiddle on that team.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays top line or top pairing minutes with Theodore.
He eats
34 years old.
He eats a lot of ice time. 20 minutes.
20 minutes of ice time. So, again, like only 20 points. But if one of those two guys goes down, he's going to get more points than that.
Hits, blocks, he's there. So if you're in a deep league with the deep statistics, he could be a guy.
So, top power play, we all agree. Theodore, Marner, Eichel.
Dorfire.
I think it's Hurdle and Stone.
Could be Hurdle, Stone. Could be Dorofeyev and
Only because
Stone.
based off last year, Hurdle had 2 minutes and 42 seconds, which was more than Stone slightly, and 30 seconds more than Dorofeyev. Dorofeyev was good. I don't know.
There's no coaching change on this team, so
yeah, I think to start, unless Thomas Hurdle struggles, I think he gets the first dab. But Dorofeyev he's the next man up for sure.
guys, there's no prospects to talk about, so let's go straight
That's
into
not-
over.
And even
Over-under?
there are
Goalies?
but even
Oh,
goalies,
shoot,
there's
goalies,
definitely no
sorry.
goal. Well, goalies, the problem is,
Well, I like what they did though.
well, they basically handed the keys to Aiden Hill.
No, but
Yes.
they went to get Akira Schmid.
Yeah.
I think is a
Akira Schmid Jr.
Back up.
5 games played.
yeah okay.
I mean, come
but
on.
Vince 944 save percentage, 1.2.
Yeah, I could have that in 5 games played if I played.
Yes, of
Chicago
course.
It's a small sample size.
It's a small sample size, but
so
with
you
New
have to take it with a
Jersey,
grain of salt.
when he was called upon in New Jersey to play, let's say 19 games, it wasn't great, but the year before that, it was great.
No, but like
but he hasn't had a real opportunity. Let's be fair.
But he won't get a real opportunity because what they've done Vegas is basically said, Aiden Hill,
Yeah.
here are the keys. Please stay healthy.
They're not going to play him 60 games.
Oh yeah, Aiden Hill's playing 60 games. You're not playing Schmid 22 games. He's
Did
never
they-
played 22 games in his career. He's
But
played
Aiden Hill hasn't played 60 games in his
5,
career.
19, 18, and 6 in 4 seasons that he's played. So I don't like.
Aiden Hill has never 50 was the most games he's ever
I
played. Before
understand,
that
but
was 35.
I understand, but this
He's
is
still got 32 wins though.
like 50 games, 35 games. Last year he played 50 games, 32 wins.
So that means
I think
Akira
if they're in a
Schmid-
comfortable spot in the standings, Akira Schmid will play more. For whatever
Akira
reason,
Schmid will probably play about 30 games.
he has to. That's too much for him to play more than 50, 55
I don't think Aiden Hill
games.
could play 60 games.
Come on.
I think if they need Aiden Hill, I mean,
Aiden Hill, man. Crazy numbers, no?
Good team.
Really? Like,
team.
come on. Like 2.47 goals against average last year.
and this year you can let in 6 goals. It doesn't really matter. You still get the win because they'll score 8.
Well, that's very true. Very true. Actually, I still feel that they made a mistake with Aiden Hill, but I understand why they did that.
Yeah, mistaken. Keeping him as the number
And
one.
keeping
As the
him
number
as
one.
the number one,
And not
as
Logan
opposed to Logan Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
Thompson?
Thomas.
Thomas.
Thompson.
Thompson.
Yeah. So I should know because I own him in LPHL.
Exactly.
But I understand why they did it, right? Aiden Hill won them a cup. So you're going with Aiden Hill. That's the way it goes. And like we said, goaltending is a little bit wishy-washy.
The only thing
You never know.
The only thing with this team is losing Pierangelo. It's a big.
It's a blow on their defense.
Yes, because
But on their defensive side.
yeah, not offense because he lost his offensive.
They made it up with a Marner.
Oh yeah, for sure, guys. The Marner,
They'll just score
added
more than anybody
100
else.
Point player, like wait for my bold prediction. You won't even believe it.
I
Well,
already don't.
Go, June.
Any chance Trevor Connolly gets his
No.
cup of tea in the
None,
league?
Not
none
yet.
whatsoever.
Not yet.
I'll give him 1% chance, and that's me being nice.
And Vince, just lastly, because from a fantasy perspective, you traded away Theodore recently.
Yes.
Why and what did you get in return? You don't remember? I put you on the spot. Okay, it doesn't
Who
matter.
did I trade him with? I traded him
I
to
think with
Cloud.
Listenombi, no?
No. Yeah.
You got him from listener Claudio.
Yeah. I think I got McTavish. I can check after. While you guys do the over-unders, I'll check. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the most exciting segment of this podcast, hosted by your most exciting co-host, producer Vince. Here comes.
Co-host or producer?
Here comes. Well, I'm upping
This guy
myself.
doesn't know who he is.
I'm upping myself to co-host.
All right, Vince. You got Snugarud McTavish for Shea Theodore, a third and a second.
And I'm rebuilding, so that's why I traded him. Just so listeners
Yeah.
know. So here we go. The over-unders for the Las Vegas Knights. We won't
Golden
go.
Knights.
I like Knights. We won't go with our fan favorite first. We'll go with Jack Eichel. Nicholas and Jr. Jack Eichel. Over or under 90.5 points. Before you answer, Eichel, 94 points last year. The year before that, 68, 66, 25, 18, 78. Obviously, never played as many games as last year. So, will he hit 90.5 points? Nick, over or under?
Over.
Ooh, and this is the Marner effect.
Yes.
Junior?
He's never played with a player as good as Marner. Give me the over.
Ooh, pow. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Over. Then, with a fan favorite, Mitch Marner. 101.5 points. Junior, go with you first. Over or under?
For the first time in Vegas Golden Knights history, 2 players with over 100 points. It's not a bold take because they were right there, but
Nick?
Over.
I'm sorry, Toronto fans. He's just that good. The one we neglected last year and got called out on. So we
Rightfully
will not,
so. Rightfully so.
So we will not neglect him this year. Dorofeyev, 35.5 goals. Nick, over or under?
Over.
Over.
Wow.
Junior.
I'm going to go under. You'll hit 30, but not quite 30.
Wow. All right. So with the next player, Hurdle. And people might think this is low, but I'll give you the stats before I give you the over under. So Hurdle's points. Last year, 61. The year before that, 38, obviously playing with San Jose. After that, 63, 64, 43, 36, 74. Over under 61.5.
Over.
Points?
Ooh, points.
Yeah, over. Over. I don't think he'll hit as many goals because his shooting percentage was really high last year, but he'll make that up with a few more assists.
My
Over.
God.
It's a deeper team. You got to expect more.
Wow. And now this one for listener Umbi, Shea Theodore. Over or under 65.5 points.
Wow.
Hey, he was fourth last year in points.
I know you got to take into account the injuries, though, right?
Yeah, but it's not my problem to take account the injuries. You guys have to take into account the injuries.
I'm going to go over.
over.
I would love that in Lama.
I'm going to go over.
He
He had 19 power play points. I think he gets to 25.
the past 2 years. He was on pace for 73 and 70 points. Nicholas?
72% power play, man.
Over. Wow, the Mitch Marner is he's just throwing the overs over.
Guys, Mitch Marner improves the power play.
Of course.
All the people that play on that power play shouldn't technically gain some benefit from that. I'm not saying crazy benefit, but
Can't wait
for
my
those
bold take.
numbers,
Oh my God. And right now, ladies, for the second most exciting topic in this podcast, we are going with the bold takes for the Las Vegas Golden Knights. We're gonna go. Pow, pow. We're gonna go with Junior first because I feel like it's a Mitch Marner one. Oh, he's got the boom glasses.
Mitch Marner
Ooh.
and the Vegas Golden Knights will win the Stanley Cup. Mark it down.
Wow.
Vegas Golden Knights win the Stanley
No.
Cup. DraftKings promo code THPN.
who's the MVP? Who's the Conn Smythe winner?
Jack Eichel.
Ooh.
Because he'll score more important.
If you would have said Marner, I thought that would have been more boom.
No, I mean, I want to be a little bit more realistic, but I think it'll be Jack Eichel.
Toronto fans
Conn
would
Smythe.
absolutely hang you.
Nick.
I was going to say they even beat Toronto in the final, but then I was like, I don't think Toronto's going to make the final.
Poor Toronto fans. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, wait, we got another boom.
Jack Eichel, 115 points.
115 points.
Wow.
So
Drop the mic.
94 points Eichel 1 year, 68, 66.
Wow, he
So
never
Nick
hit
had-
100. He's going to 115.
Nick has some stake into this, but
Best player he's ever played with. Best setup guy he's ever played with.
Yeah.
so
And
I got
not even close. Not even close.
Vince, blow me out of the water, man.
I got top both of you. I got for the best.
Marner 120. Guaranteed.
All right.
Yes, this is
No, look.
listeners. This is a triple boom. If you don't know what we're talking about, we put our boom glasses
That's
on
right.
each for this
Wow.
pick.
My nose
We each had them on.
huge on these.
Yeah. One bigger than the other on this podcast. It looks like the Red Rocket.
Looks a little smaller right now. Look at this. Look at this monster. Okay.
You gotta
So-
post this. You gotta post this.
What are
for
we going
twice.
skiing on that
All right.
thing?
So, my bold prediction, which is the boldest I feel from both of them, is for that listener who we neglected.
Oh.
Dorofeyev hits 50 goals this
Wow.
year. 50 goals this year.
No, come on.
50 goals this year.
He plays on a line with Hurdle and
No,
Marner.
he plays
Whoa.
he plays on-
Hurdle. Nobody's gonna play with Hurdle.
He's playing with Eichel and Marner.
You own
Guaranteed.
Hurdle. You want Marner to play with
Eichel,
I think
Marner.
I'm right.
Plus, he gets first power play. Dorfev, 50 goals. Mark it down, ladies and gentlemen.
40 would have been bold. 50. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 45 would have been extremely bold. I think 50 is just outlandish.
So basically, just draft Vegas players in our newly found listener league, right?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, listener league. I'm telling you, this is going to be the funnest listener league we've ever had because we've never had a listener league. We have had 2 playoff leagues though.
Correct.
This is going to be
Listener Cappy and Listener Rooks, past champs.
guys. You could buy in, and you could buy multiple teams as well. So if you're doing one strategy for one team, you could change your strategy for another team. It's going to be so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a daily league, season-long cumulative.
And the entry fee allows you to buy multiple teams because we're talking about like $15 or 20 Canadian.
Yeah, we're
Approximately.
hopefully by next week we'll be able to give you the full details, and then with that, hopefully start registration.
I think we're pretty much set. We're just doing
Yeah.
some testing,
Yeah.
Exactly.
you know, to make sure that the salary cap makes sense. But guys, this is going to be so much fun. This league, it's going to be epic. I can't wait to see all of my friends plus all of our listeners all in this one shot.
And don't forget, in order to actually get the winnings, if you do win, you got to follow us on our socials, any social, or subscribe on our YouTube channel at Partial Break Pod, Instagram, X, TikTok, you name it. You find us, you follow us, you like us. And more importantly, download our episodes and give us a 5-star review because let's face it, our content is bold, but it's good.
Yeah, you give it, Nick. And for anybody who didn't know, Marner signed with Golden Knights. Okay.
Which I called way before Elliot.
And he's
Friedman,
going to
right?
win a Stanley Cup before the Leafs.
Wow, he's not a Maple Leafs anymore. Have a good night, peeps.
They're weak.
Your nose is huge also, Nick.
It's a Greek nose.
Schnoz!
Meaty.